All right, everybody, welcome back to another amazing personal development lesson. I am your host, as always, Joel Dunn. Today is the first lesson of what's going to be an incredible, amazing, extraordinary new year. We are getting ready to launch 2026 with a fire lesson. Now, if you've been paying attention, last time we went over how to finish the month strong and how to set yourself up for an amazing year. And with that came, a bunch of goals, a bunch of what people like to call New Year's resolutions. And here's the thing. Every January, millions of people declare new versions of themselves. And then by February, guess what? Most of them are gone. Like right now, the gym is probably packed, but give it a week and you can go back to your normal machine, your normal routine, because those people will be gone. And it's not because they're lazy, not because they're incapable. It's because motivation was mistaken for discipline. And here's the thing. This is the reality that most people don't like to hear. 23%, that's almost a quarter, quit in the first week. That means 23% of people are going to quit by this Friday on their goal for the year. Nearly half quit by what is now known as Quitter's Day. Like, guys, there is a national day for quitting. It's the second Friday in January. So now we're at 50%. 64% are done with their goal. They just throw it away, toss it away by the end of January. But here's the most surprising. 80% quit by mid-February. Only 9% of people follow through all year long. So why do most people quit? And how you won't this year? How are you going to break in to that 9%? So here's why people really quit. Their goals are fantasies. They're not actual plans. They put things down like get in shape, make more money, be more disciplined. Guys, that's not a goal. That's a wish. Clarity creates traction. Vagueness creates excuses and reasons to quit. Number two, they rely on motivation instead of implementing systems. We talk about this all the time. Motivation is emotional. Discipline is mechanical. So when the feeling fades, so does the effort. Unless people are like you and have a system in place, because you're not going to allow the motivation emotion to dictate whether or not you're going to put in the work, because you have a plan in place to keep you going on the hard days as well as the good days. Number three, they try to win it alone. Isolation feels strong until it gets hard. We've done quite a few lessons on accountability and getting an accountability buddy, because no accountability equals no consequences, and no consequences equals easy quitting. So if you were to do one thing this year that could catapult you into the 9%, it would be to do it with someone. Have somebody that's going to hold you accountable to the things that you're trying to accomplish. Number four, they let just one miss, turn into a total collapse. Miss a workout, miss a leg day, miss a target. All of a sudden, the I blew it turns into there's no reason to continue. One thing is not failure. That's being human, guys. It's human to have bad days and to not do the things that you said you were going to do. But don't let those bad days turn into multiple bad days that turn into multiple bad weeks, which turns into giving up. Because progress isn't perfection. It's returning quickly to the work when things go wrong or you miss a day. Number 5, the goal isn't tied to identities or values. This is a powerful one, so I want you to hear this. If the goal isn't connected to who you're becoming, it will always feel optional. I talked about it yesterday on Motivation Monday. It was going through and looking at who you are becoming and what is the identity you're going to create this year. Because external goals always feel like chores. Internal goals feel like alignment. So if your goal isn't attached to values, things that are internal, your identity, who you want to become, then it's so much easier to give up on it. So now we know what the other 91% do to give up and to quit. So what are we going to do as 9%ers? How are we going to not quit? How to not give up? How to make it all the way through the entire year? This is how you actually win your year. You shrink the goal until it's impossible to avoid. So let's go back to the example. I want to get in shape. It's not I want to get in shape. It's more like I want to walk 20 minutes 3 times per week. Because small wins, we talk about this all the time, small wins build belief, and belief fuels momentum. So what is the goal that you have? And how small can you make the step in order to build the belief, to create the momentum, to carry you through every single month? And then break the year into daily obedience. This is kind of like the one we just talked about, where you break it down into smaller goals, but you don't win January through December. You win the day. You win today. Daily disciplines compound whether you respect them or not. So make sure to look at what your daily disciplines are going to be and allow them to compound in your favor, because they compound whether you respect them or not. So your bad things, the bad habits that we're leaving behind in last year, you're going to not allow them to compound. Number 3, add accountability on purpose. Be purposeful this year about getting someone who knows your goal. Someone who will ask you how things are going. Someone who won't let you lie. Because growth loves light. And when you have somebody else shining light on what you are trying to do, you are more likely to get it to come to light. So when somebody's shining light on the things, you have the ability to step into the light and grow to who you desire to be this year. Number 4, I want you to detach your identity from monetary performance. You didn't fail, you paused. Winners restart faster than everyone else. So when you are looking for that prize at the end, maybe you didn't hit it. Make sure your momentary performance isn't the thing that is the key to your success. Make sure the money isn't the desire for your goal. Yes, we've talked about it in our story a lot, that sometimes money is like oxygen. When you have it, everything is great. You don't think about it. It's automatic. But when you don't, you're gasping for it. So try not to attach your identity to the monetary performance. Because what happens when you get there? Are you going to stop? Let's say you get there in the third month of the year, you get there in March. What are you going to do to the remainder of the month, the remainder of the year? Make sure you are getting that performance to last the entire year. Number 5, anchor the goal to a why. How many times have we talked about Simon Sinek's book, Starts with Why? Not what you want, but why it matters. Who does this version of you bless? Who does this version of you impact? What does being obedient to your disciplines and your goal, what does that unlock for you? What does that unlock for those around you? What ripple does your discipline create this year? Guys, most people quit because they're chasing a result instead of becoming the best version of themselves. This year isn't about resolutions. It's about refinement. It's about reinforcement. It's about becoming a person that does big things. But in order to do the big things, you need to do the small things. Do them consistently. Do them when no one is clapping, when nobody is watching. That is how you end up in the top 9%. Guys, I hope this helped. Share it with somebody on your team. Watch it together with them. Discuss how you can implement these things in your team to take this year to a 9% level. What an amazing accomplishment it would be if you brought everyone in this month and at the end of the month, they were still there. And then at the end of the year, they were all still running strong with you. So not only do we want you to take this year and turn it up to the 9%, become that 9% that doesn't quit, the 9% that hits their goals, the 9% that sees it all the way through. We want you to bring a team of 9%ers. Guys, go out and make it an amazing day, and I hope your week is as awesome as you are.